A very warm welcome to the news in details. As the world celebrates the International Teachers' Day, teachers in Rwanda commend the government for bettering their livelihoods as well as the development of the education sector and the country in general. Precious Chirezi has this report.
58-year-old Havuga Alex has been a teacher for the past 37 years and he's currently with the GS Ndera Catholic School in Gasabo district. He points out the difference between the living conditions of educators then and now.
Our development was slow and gradual, but this year was more instant. The teaching profession was looked down on before, but now a considerable number of people are after work in the education sector, thanks to the value added by the government.
Each province
has many what? Good job you.
Good job me.
This is the second week of the 2022-2023 academic year, and teachers intend to do everything within their power to deliver quality education, especially thanks to the government's due diligence. I love and value this profession, and the love we share with the children is only the best part. Now that value has been added to what we do, we're more eager to do it.
His Excellency yatwongeje umushahara none ubu turi kugakora twishimye cyane.
Good Shepherd Academy is located in Wumbogo, Gasabo. The institution specializes in educating kindergarten children, and it has an inclusive education program that also positions those with disabilities in spaces that facilitate their education. I've been in education for 27 years. I was a primary school teacher and a matron, and the most important thing is love for all children. Students have different goals and dreams they yearn to achieve, and teachers are the bridge to actualizing these dreams, according to the founder of Good Shepherd Academy, Gilbert Kubgimana.
Teachers play a significant role in the country's development.
Parents and guardians also commend the significant role teachers have played in bettering the education sector in Rwanda.
Every educated and intellectual person credits their knowledge to education, hence giving teachers a measurable value.
The Vice Chancellor of ULK University also maintains the view that teachers are significantly impacting the country's development.
Teachers are the source of knowledge, and knowledge breeds occupation, which then breeds returns, which then breeds revenue, which then goes into infrastructure and so on. Teachers also develop critical thinking with their students, which ultimately yields development. October 5th was established Universal Teachers' Day in 1994 by UNESCO, and on a day like today, the role of a teacher in the education system ought to be acknowledged. The theme for this year's Teachers' Day is "The Transformation of Education Begins with Teachers." Precious Chirezi, RTV News.
Before we continue this edition of the news, let us inform you that on Wednesday at Kibugabuga, President Paul Kagame received a U.S. congressional delegation at his firm. The delegation is led by Senator Jim Inhofe, accompanied by Senator Mike Rounds and Senator John Boozman. The trip to Rwanda is Senator Jim Inhofe's last cordial visit before his retirement. The cordial meeting discussed regional and global affairs and the existing bilateral relations between Rwanda and the United States. A witness in the trial of Félicien Kabuga at the Hague Best UN Court in Netherlands has told the judges that Kabuga had the ability to stop the genocidal propaganda that was transmitted on the RTLM radio, but instead turned a blind eye. This was said this Wednesday morning as the prosecution started providing evidence against Félicien Kabuga. Prince Manzi has this report.
10 in the morning at the Hague City, Netherlands, same as in Kigali, Rwanda. This Wednesday, the International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunal started hearing the witnesses as the prosecution is providing evidence against Félicien Kabuga, who is charged with playing a role in the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. The first witness to be heard in this trial was given a protected witness code KAB005 due to security reasons. The witness said was an employee in the ministry in charge of information before the genocide against the Tutsi. This testimony focused mainly on the programs and working assignments of the RTLM radio that was first heard in Rwanda in 1993. The witness said that the RTLM programs focused on spreading divisionism and hatred against the Tutsi specifically. The witness said that Félicien Kabuga, who was the head of the RTLM, had the responsibility of preventing the transmission of hatred contents that resulted into violence and crimes, but he did not do it. The witness told the judges that due to the hatred-based programs and speeches transmitted on RTLM, the minister in charge of information, Faustin Chogoza, wrote to the governing board of this radio requesting that the hatred speeches should stop, but it was not complied with. In the witness's own saying, after that letter, nothing changed in the RTLM programs. Spread of hate speeches and divisionism continued and resulted into massive killings of the Tutsi across the country, especially in Bugesera and Bigogwe. Witness KAB005 said that the Minister of Information proceeded and invited the governing board of the RTLM in the meeting in order to request them again to stop the transmission of the hate speeches and divisionism among Rwandans. In the meeting, the minister requested the journalists of RTLM to stop telling the population that the Arusha Treaty is of no importance and also to stop attacking the RPF in Hotanyi. The RTLM team was led by Félicien Kabuga in the meeting, who personally agreed that the RTLM journalists were making mistakes. Kabuga promised Minister Faustin Chogoza that they are going to correct the mistakes, but instead, it became worse. The witness elaborated that the hatred-based and divisionist programs and speeches became a lot worse after the murder of President Melchior Ndadaye in Burundi, where the RTLM journalists started saying that the Hutu should come together and defend themselves so that what happened in Burundi should not happen to them. And in order to defend themselves, they had to hate the Tutsi and not trust them. The court will resume the hearing of witnesses against Félicien Kabuga this Thursday at 10 a.m. Félicien Kabuga is charged with 6 counts, including genocide, complicity in genocide, direct and public incitement to commit genocide, attempt to commit genocide, and conspiracy to commit genocide, persecution and extermination, both as crimes against humanity. Prince Manzi, RTV News.
Countess of Wessex Sophie Rice-Jones and Lord Tariq Ahmad, the UK Minister of State for the Commonwealth and Development in the South Asia, Middle East, United Nations and Human Rights, are on an official visit in Rwanda. Now, on Wednesday, these dignitaries had discussions with the Minister of State, Professor Manasseh, that focused on strengthening bilateral cooperation between Rwanda and the United Kingdom, promoting women's rights, eradicating gender-based violence, and supporting people with disabilities. The dignitaries also visited various parts of the Kigali Genocide Memorial, and they also laid wreaths on graves of the victims of the genocide against the Tutsi buried in the memorial. Take a look. Now, moving on, some of the deputies representing Rwanda in the East African Legislative Assembly scheduled discussions concerning one of the bills establishing a commission that will be responsible for coordinating and monitoring the implementation of the common monetary policy of the East African Community. This meeting is taking place in Kigali and was attended by representatives of the public and private sectors of Rwanda to provide ideas that will help the Parliament of the East African Community to prepare and vote for this bill. Now, Deputy Karinda Francois Xavier, who leads the group of EALA deputies representing Rwanda in this bill, says that it will help the members countries of the East African Community to have a stable economy. Some of the participants in this discussions say that this bill is good, but that there are some things that should be improved.
Yeah, this bill is useful because it is helping in macroeconomic convergence, of which macroeconomic convergence works in 2 ways, and monitoring the fiscal and monetary policy, and this is done through sustaining a low and stable inflation. That's number one, and also maintaining the public deficit, and also this also helps in stabilizing the currency of a nation. So indeed, if Rwanda, it being part of this bill, of this draft, and officially it shall become a bill, will help Rwanda to unify with the East African community in the upcoming agendas of the ESC, which include a single currency for the entire East African states, and also having a single national bank. This helps in the long run, or in the development of Rwanda as a nation, which will help stabilize its economy in the long run, and also act as a prerequisite to Rwanda qualifying to the policies of the monetary union. Just the comment I would suggest, according to the draft, I guess DRC was left out, but since DRC became a partner state of the ESC, and also the fact that all the processes of ratification have been done, or ratification has been fully done, then I guess DRC will have to also be included among the partner states in this bill. So that also helps in aligning all the expectations of DRC joining the EAC.
Consultations on this bill were held in all countries of the East African community. Moving on, the Poultry Farmers Exhibition and Meeting titled Poultry Africa 2022 was officially launched today by the Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources. Now, participants came from different parts of the world to participate. This conference aims to look into how poultry farming could be improved forward in order to combat malnutrition and become self-sufficient in food. Nurieta Gasaro has this report.
Many people, including leaders of poultry farmers, companies, researchers, entrepreneurs, and food processors, attended this African conference on poultry farmers and exhibition. They said that the information they learned there will help them in their poultry farming, and it is a good opportunity to present their activities, learn, and expand their work.
One of the biggest lessons we had to learn from the world's best farmers and people in the agriculture, food processing, and market industries is how important it was to attend this conference. Based on what we have been doing, we have seen a lot and learned a lot.
In this meeting, we have a lot that is being exhibited. We have machinery, we have equipment, we have drugs, we have vaccines, we have mentioned it that is used in the industry. Here we are making contacts with those manufacturers, those suppliers of all those things that we need in our business. So it is a very, very big opportunity that we have had now for the third time.
People from all over the world praised the progress that Rwanda has made in developing poultry farming, but also noted that the possibility depends on the cooperation of the participants.
This product in Africa, it's come from Tunisia. Even if we are also 8 factories around the world, we prefer to manufacture our products in Africa. So that's why we are here in Rwanda today and tomorrow to introduce our product and to talk with Rwanda farmers and industrial. Rwanda is a strategic market for phosphate because the leading of manufacturing is growing up, and most of industrial people are looking for quality products. So that's why we are trying to provide your markets with high value products.
The Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Geraldine Mukeshimana, also informed the participants of this meeting that Rwanda had taken some of the necessary steps from 2018 until now to increase the capacity of chicken farmers, and this farming gives hope that it can boost the farmers' economies and reduce malnutrition. It is time for the Rwandan government to develop young people's capacity for this farming.
The poultry business is a growing agricultural subsector in Africa, and it is expected to continue to grow as the demand for meat and eggs continue to expand due to demographic pressures, raising income, and most importantly, urbanization. During the last Poultry Africa back in 2019, Rwanda had 15 large commercial poultry farmers, 118 medium, and 222 small commercial poultry farmers. Despite the challenges of COVID, the number has grown since. We currently have 27 large commercial poultry farmers, 258 medium, and 265 small commercial poultry farmers.
This poultry farmers exhibition and meeting are being held here in Rwanda, where different people from different countries are participated. 70% registered participants are local, and 30% registered participants are international. Nuriat Agasaro, RTV News.
Thank you so much, Nuriat, for that report. Now, on Wednesday, 5 districts were commended for their contribution in serving in the program of Ejo Heza. The Rwanda Social Security Board points out that serving in Ejo Heza should be every Rwandan's responsibility. Olive Nete has this report.
Participated and served in the program of Ejo Heza say that they are not worried about their future since they have already prepared for their pension and saved for their loved ones. The reason why this program is important is that I'm getting old, and in the future years to come, it will be beneficial to my child. Ejo Heza is the program of the government of Rwanda of long-term saving schemes. That is why local authorities took the lead in sensitizing residents to participate in it. On Wednesday, 5 districts were recognized for their participation and savings in Ejo Heza. Among those 5, Gakenke, Nyamagabe and Gicumbi excelled. Officials of Gakenke and Gicumbi district point out that they consistently sensitized residents until they understood the importance of the program.
Many residents of Gakenke district benefited from the savings of Ejo Heza. This is good because it builds trust in residents about the program of Ejo Heza. We searched for various opportunities in our district to see where we can find people who can save. In Gicumbi, many people belong to cooperatives, be it those in the livestock, various industries, and so on. All of those people participated in the program, and we appreciate their contribution that led this prize. And according to the goals we have this year, we may even get the first place.
The Director General of the Rwanda Social Security Board, Regis Rugemanshuro, appreciated the initiative of these districts and also urged officials to closely continue sensitizing residents to join the program of Ejo Heza.
My message to the districts is that we are still on the journey of attaining the goals. When leaders and districts perform well, the very first person to benefit from it is the resident. We urge them to make it their responsibility from the highest level to the lowest. You heard from the residents during the meeting. We urge authorities to get close to residents. You cannot explain about Ejo Heza while sitting in your office only. You have to get close to the residents in their daily activities, be it while farming, in cooperatives, and in other various activities that brings them together so that they can know more about it and do it willingly.
In the fiscal year of 2021-2022, Gakenke, Nyamasheke, Gicumbi, Rusizi and Rubavu districts excelled in the program of Ejo Heza and fulfilled the performance contracts at 130%. Meanwhile, Nyarugenge district was the last. Currently, Ejo Heza has over 2 million members and savings of about 35 billion Rwandan francs. Olive Nete, RTV News.
MTN Rwanda has commended the good relationship it enjoys with its clients and says it is committed to assisting the youth of the country to develop through various projects. Take a look.
Through its Level Up Your Biz competition, MTN Rwanda has partnered with Inkomoko to support youth projects to prosper, and 6 have made the finals, with 3 of them to receive support.
The fact that my project has made the finals has really helped me because I will attend a training on how to properly run my project. The knowledge I will acquire will help to develop and also assist my country to develop faster.
This will help me to sharpen my skills and help me to become a better business leader, assisting my business to grow faster while respecting the law at the same time. And that is what I expect from this. MTN Rwanda was very specific about what kind of businesses were eligible to enter the competition.
The business must be registered in RDB. Its profit margin must not exceed 200 million francs annually. It must have a positive impact on people's health and the environment, and use technology for its marketing and regular business activities in general.
This is the second time the competition has been held, and competitors must be between the ages of 18 and 30 and head their projects.
Well, on behalf of the entire news production team, thank you so much for your company. I'm Jane Mutoni. Bye for now.